Hey everyone, it's Ava Mantea, and I'm at the Cystic Fibrosis Teen Advocacy Day in Washington, D.C. with
Camila Strassley,
Carlos Santos,
James Hodge,
and Eva Tarletsky.
and you're watching On the Spot interviews. So we are all here for one common goal, Teen Advocacy Day. Can you explain how you got involved?
Well, Teen Advocacy Day is when teens from all over the country come to DC and we organize meetings on the Hill with your members of Congress and your senators, and we come together and we advocate for cystic fibrosis. But how I got involved is through my mom. She is an SAC, which is a state advocate chairperson, and she's the chairperson for New Jersey, where I'm from, obviously. So she had mentioned it, and this is my third year doing it.
So this is your third year, and I'm sure you all are very experienced. Can you kind of explain the process of the whole day and what exactly happens with the members of Congress?
Okay, so typically the teenagers will have 4 to 7 meetings with different representatives from their state. Most of us have done this before, but there are some newcomers every year, and basically we all have a personal connection with cystic fibrosis, and we tell our stories, why CF matters to us, who we know with CF, why we have to be here as opposed to them, and the reason is because of cross-infection. So people with cystic fibrosis can't be in the same room together, and as a result, siblings and friends of people with CF have to advocate on their behalves. So we all go to the congressman and we explain what life is like with cystic fibrosis, and then we have a series of legislative asks. So usually it involves funding for the NIH and the FDA, which is basically what helps drugs go through the pipeline and hopefully will amount to a cure in the future.
It's really a great thing, and not only did we advocate for the funding, we also advocated for additional care centers. Can one of you just explain why that is so important?
Well, cystic fibrosis is a very specialized disease. You can't just go to a regular hospital to get what you need. You have to have specialized care for every individual. There's different mutations of the disease, so different drugs work with different people. So we have to make sure that everyone with cystic fibrosis has care.
In addition to that, I'd just like to let you guys know that one thing about the Cystic Fibrosis Foundation that is unique is that people who go to care centers, not only do the doctors there actually know about cystic fibrosis, which would not be typical of normal pulmonologists, but also there's a national registry of data. So people with cystic fibrosis, their outcomes are actually put into this registry, and then that information is made public. So people with CF can look at the outcomes of the care centers and see what the average lung function is at each care center. And what that means is that they have more information when they're picking which care center they want to go to, but it also means that the care centers themselves can look at which ones are the most successful and which ones are less successful, and why. What are the differences between their care? As a result, quality of care has actually gone up a tremendous amount in the last few years, and other rare diseases have been modeling their own methodology for care after the Cystic Fibrosis Foundation.
Yes, it truly is unique, not only because of that, but also I wanted to get into the chapter events. I love those. I'm going to give this question to you because you haven't talked yet. Has there been any in particular chapter event that you've attended that has stood out to you?
Well, I mean, there's a number of events that the foundation does. My favorite are the walks. I'm sure everyone here can, Great Stride Walks, yeah, they're very fantastic. We gather kids from around the community and we do a big walk around the town. To me, that's just the best to see people come out there and really show support for such a great cause. I've been a part of half a dozen walks now. We always get great members to go out there. We always get the Mayor Boca Raton, to come out there and support us. And these events, it's just great to see. We're up here on the national level, making our voice heard, but it's really important to do that local level as well. So we're taking our fight now here from the national down to the state level, and hopefully we'll have as much success there as we've had here today.
And for you too, do you mind sharing your team name with us from Great Strides and how you or your leader chose it?
Mine was just Team Olivia because my older sister Olivia has cystic fibrosis.
I actually have 3 teams, actually. I have my team, which was the CF ambassadors, and it's a group of my friends from school and who have been around Alex as long as they've been around me. And then Alex, my brother who has CF, has Alex's athletes, which are family and his friends. And then overall we have our coaches cure team, which is more of what my parents have organized in their terms of fundraising.
Very cool. And I'm going to go back to this day. It's all about becoming an advocate. Can each of you kind of share one piece of advice that you have for how teens who maybe want to get involved with charity, why they should choose the Cystic Fibrosis Foundation, and kind of the steps on how to become a better advocate?
Well, I mean, the choice for this foundation is very simple, and it's because it's such a great cause. I mean, I know we hear a lot about different causes, noble, success, but this one really sticks out to me, not only from a personal connection, but the fact that we have a great line of success and a great support of network people around us. To get involved, it's very simple. You go on the Cystic Fibrosis website, cff.org. There's a link on the bottom right. It says, how do I become an advocate? And you click there. There's usually a local chapter you can get involved with and many events that you can get involved with as well. Also coming up here for this event, this is the 5th Teen Advocacy Day event that the foundation has been hosting in DC. Many more to come. And if you want to be involved with this, I mean, it's very simple. All I have to do is send an email to your local chapter and get involved. It's very, very simple, very easy, and a lot of fun, as these people will tell you.
For any of you who may have a personal connection to cystic fibrosis, for me personally, being able to be a part of this has made me feel like I have power over something that is an otherwise powerless situation, because it is genetic and there's really nothing that we can do about it other than to work really hard to make sure that people can get treatments. I mean, the disease, there's no cure. So to be able to feel like I'm able to contribute to my brother's life in some way is incredibly important. And for those of you who don't have a connection, it's obviously an incredible cause. But just keep in mind that it is kind of a responsibility, because if we don't do it, nobody else will.
That's kind of like that myth that, someone else will do it. So I'm glad you brought that up.
Anybody can get involved, really, just like as they have mentioned, but you can also, don't be afraid to contact your state legislator or your senator. They have their websites. They're here for you. Their emails are there. It's so easy to set up. Don't be afraid of it. They work for you, and you are the voice of those who can't speak. So, speak it. Yeah.
Also, a lot of your representatives also have Twitter, so you could do that, and Facebook. They have a lot of social media going on that you can like them and send them stuff.
Go ahead.
Just to go off of that, a lot of people don't realize how accessible their representatives are. All you have to do is call, and you can literally go into their office and talk to them face to face, set up a meeting. It's really simple, and it has a tremendous impact.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think what's really been reiterated is is this disease. A lot of you probably haven't heard of it, but I mean, I'm sure that you know more than one person who are a carrier. I think it's 1 in 30. It's a recessive trait. About 30,000 people in the United States with that disease, but more than not, you probably know someone who's a carrier. So this isn't something that's very small. It's a global disease, and it's a great cause, because we've seen a lot of success with this organization, with people like myself included, Camila, James, and Eva. And if you can get involved yourself, it'd be great to see yourself out here in DC. We'd love to see you out here and continue supporting this foundation.
And lastly, I know we're about to go have our big celebration party, and I heard there's a really fun game. Can you just give a little thank you to all the teen advocates here?
Absolutely. I mean, there's 59 teens that have come out from 25 of the 50 states from this country, just to show their support for their loved ones. And it really is, it's been a great day, and we're all excited to see what stories they have for us tonight.
Well, thank you all so much. It was an honor just to come to this event, and thank you, Mom, for letting us come after just getting back from Italy one day before. So, yeah, thank you guys so much, and I'm so excited for tonight.